Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Thanking you for your membership on Wiley's World YouTube. Oh, what just happened right here? Got that old school. Y'all ain't gave me a name yet, so it's still OJ jersey. And thank you for your viewership on Brinks TV and Reads TV. Let's get into the NFL kickoff rule. Woo, the changes to it. The fair catch is now spotted at the 25-yard line. Oh, I can see it now. Hey, I am not running through that hell just to get to the 20. When I can just do this and get 25 yards from that. So y'all got to know the mental makeup of special teams. Those are the insecure guys on the team in terms of employment, typically, right? 80% of the special teams unit is the guys who holding on, backups, right? So the psychos who are on special teams, because it makes you go psycho when you make it to the NFL, your dreams are reality, and you're that close. Like your locker is here, and your locker is next to somebody who's making $40 million, and you're making $400,000 or whatever it may be. Now it's up a little more, right? And you're sitting there like $1 million. This dude's making what you make in a whole year. That's half of his check for 1 week. I've seen that before. It's really disturbing. Like when you're like, okay, yeah, all right, I make $1 million this year. And you look over there and he making $2 million that week. Golly. Yeah, and I also been that guy too. Hey, all right, so here's the thing. The NFL owners took what might be their final step toward decreasing injuries. I told you on kickoffs before considering more dramatic set of changes because they are improving that rule and it's incentivizing people to fair catch. Basically, they're saying, don't run the ball out. We're not going to tell you not to do that yet because we don't want to take all of it out the game yet, but don't run the ball out. Just if there's any indecision, do this 25-yard line. Isn't that a good starting point? Actually, it is. So this season, a fair catch on a kickoff placed there, proposals designed to counteract all the increases in pop-up kickoffs that some teams use to pin the returning team deep in their own territory. Y'all seen that? They're not kicking it deep through the end zone necessarily. They're trying to kick it a little short and hella high. So now cats are like, and then catch it back. And boy, let me give you my BAP story. All right, I'm in Miami. I'm a backup, but I'm that good backup. Like, yo, Wiley need to get some more reps and need to play more, but look who's in front of him. So I remember, I think it was Monday Night Football, and I was psycho on special teams because that's how I made noise. That's how I got attention. That's how coach knew I was all in. But it's a weird translation because since I run down 60 yards top speed and knock somebody out, which I used to always do, that doesn't mean I could have contain or sack the quarterback, right? But I always thought it did. I was like, whenever you step on that field, no matter what it is, show out. So I was showing out on special teams to try to get noticed to play more at the end. Make it make sense. It kind of did because it came to a head in Miami. I ran down. And in kickoff coverage, so there's the kickoff team, they kick the ball off. And it's kickoff coverage team, the receiving team. What you don't know fully is their play. Now, you have seen them run plays on film. You've watched all the film study. Last 4 weeks, all right, they run this crosser, they run this and all that, reverses, etc. But when you get in the game, they always throw a wrinkle at you. Why? Keep you on your toes. So in this game, they knew I was the guy getting down there, one of the first guys, but the biggest first guy, you know? Like the cornerback and safety were down there. They ain't doing nothing but make sure it squeezed in. I was running down right there in the middle, like a R5, like a tank, and then boom, run into that wedge. Okay. I didn't see a crosser coming, right? So a crosser is somebody who's on that side of the field. Job is to wait for you to get in prime position, thinking that nobody's going to hit you, and then they ear hole you. Yes, they call it ear hole you. That means they put their helmet right here, and good luck because you're going to go that way, right? And I didn't see them, so I got clear through the front row because, you know, typically they just turn and run backwards, right? So I'm clearing, and then all of a sudden, somebody looped around and went black. And boy, did I flip. I got hit so hard that I did a flip. And in the process of flipping, I kicked the ball carrier and he fumbled the ball. And I think we recovered it on our sideline. I didn't know where I was. I wasn't concussed. Like, oh, I just didn't know what the hell happened. I was like, damn, he got me. Because in the NFL, for me, the cleanest hits, the hardest hits were the ones that didn't hurt. You know what hurt? The ones that just like somebody just run into your elbow. You're like, God dang. Somebody just, block you and then all of a sudden they hit your pinky sideways. You're like, God dang. But the ones that's like, oh, when the crowd goes like this, ooh, you know what the player who got hit is thinking too? What happened? Who got hit hard? Oh, me? Oh, my bad. So I remember being on the sideline and Wade Phillips said, get Wiley off kickoff now. And I ain't lying. When he said that, part of me was like, nah, Wade, I don't play enough to be off kickoff. But then I was like, ooh, felt like he put some velvet on me. Felt like I was a vet. I was like, I ain't got to play kickoff no more. I have graduated. So I know how it is out there when you're playing kickoff and kickoff coverage. All right, so Albert Breer, he chimed in. Y'all know who he is. Another concern will be coaches instructing players to kick the ball high and forcing the returner to make a decision, as I said. Such a circumstance, the cover team will still cover the kick, and the return will still have to block to protect the return. So most of the collisions will still be happening. Only they be happening in a smaller space. That on paper could have a phone booth effect, making them more frequent and violent. Basically what he just said, we're not done with this rule. We have to do something more because now they're just going to condense it. People are going to pop it shorter so that maybe you're tempted not to fair catch it. And then back, still happening a lot sooner in a smaller space. Okay. So the hope is that the concussions on kickoffs drop, and they hope that they drop by 15%. All right. So let me tell you this, what I also know, that nobody raises their hand to be on special teams. Special teams is for the mighty and for those who might be gone, right? So it's almost like the Navy SEALs, except not the same honor. But people do take a sense of honor and pride in being on special teams because they know that's their lifeline to greater things in the NFL. So I don't know about this rule right here. I think it's a step in the right direction, but not a big enough step. So therefore, they're going to run it this year, and then it's going to force the owners to resume the conversation the year after, and then they're going to take the necessary step after they see the effect of this one. But from my perspective, this won't change much. This is going to give you another wrinkle to think through, but it's still going to be the same violence and physical collisions that you had before. Maybe a couple guys will do this, but most guys, they see that ball in the air and they got an opportunity to run it, they're always going to bet on themselves and think they're going to get past the 25. What do you guys think? Do you think this rule is good? You think this change matters? You think this is something, this is nothing, or this is everything? Let me know in the comments.